We seem to get through a lot of playthings, even though I keep giving Patter the cardboard boxes and the plastic packaging. He plays with them for a while, and once they've got a bit chewed, he loses interest. So when I was in the supermarket, I know it's not Christmas yet, but I got him a little Christmassy reindeer stuffed toy. And he had it one day, and he already chewed its backside open, and when I came down in the morning there was fluff all over his toy box. So I'm going to have to mend that. So rather than buy new toys all the time, I went to the charity shop, what in America they call a thrift shop. And they're full of second-hand soft toys. I squeezed them to make sure they haven't got beans in them. I'm not sure what beans would do to his little insides if he got them out. But I found him this rather attractive, stuffed, fluffy rabbit. Well, we're still working on the toilet training. Patter does realise that when I open the door, he can go outside and do a little pee and he'll get a treat, and he does that very willingly. On the other hand, I'm not here all the time. The last 2 mornings I got up at 5 o'clock and already he'd done his big puddle and his poo in the corner. And I'm going to make it a habit every day to get up at 5 o'clock, because yesterday he was eating his own poo. I mean, I shouldn't have talked about eating poo in my last video, but really, he seemed to be enjoying it so much, and I was so cross. I shouted at him. I would have liked to kick him across the room, but of course I didn't. And I think the main way to tackle that is to keep watching him the whole time, and whenever he does something, snatch it away immediately. While he still hasn't formed the habit, I hope. Fingers crossed. I had to cut him out with scissors. Not a good thing to leave lying around, that netting. So we were talking about diet with the puppy training lady, and she was saying, oh, you've got to give your puppy supplements. Are you not giving them the complete balanced diet? Then you should give them extra calcium and God knows what, because otherwise it's not measured and you don't know they're getting enough. And I thought, well, I didn't do that with my children. They wanted me to give my children supplements as well, but they didn't grow up with rickets, for goodness sake. So then I started thinking, what is it that's lacking from a raw meat and vegetable diet? Calcium? Well, where does a wild dog get the calcium from? From chewing bones. So I looked up on the internet, and I blamed this internet source if he dies, but they said raw chicken bones are perfect for dogs. So I got this chicken drumstick and carved off most of the meat for my dinner and gave him the bone to amuse himself with. And I started to hear these cracking sounds. And by the time I wrenched it from his grasp, there was only the end of the bone left there. And it has got quite sharp ends. They say sharp ends will perforate the gut or what have you. That's not what the website said. Anyway, he's still leaping around shagging his toy dog. I'll let you know if he dies in the morning anyway. No, not dead yet. The tree might be very shortly. But that's another matter.